Welcome to another instalment of the ultimate show about groundbreaking gizmos and head-turning technology, Ultimate Gadgets. On today's episode, Blu-ray shines in the next generation format war and a look into the future of mobile phones. Also, we put a few PDAs head-to-head, I offer new peripheral for the PlayStation 3 and new generation in-car telemetry, so you can pretend to be the Hoff.
Play artist, Death Cab for Cutie.
Playing artist Death Cab for Cutie.
So turn off your iPod, unplug your PlayStation and log off your laptop for another instalment of Ultimate Gadgets. The war is over. What war, I hear you say? It didn't seem all that long ago. There was a war between beta and VHS videotapes. VHS won out and stayed around for quite a while. Then it was DVD plus R and DVD minus R. Who won that one? You tell us. Just as the next generation war was heating up between Toshiba's first-to-market HD DVD and Sony's Blu-ray disc, the HD DVD camp has packed up its tents, grabbed its ball and gone home.
Nah, it's merely a flesh wound.
So what does that mean for you, the consumer? Well, firstly, if you were an early adopter in HD DVD technology, there's never been a better time to move your merchandise onto someone who isn't an avid fan of Ultimate Gadgets. But what makes Blu-ray the format of choice? And isn't there any alternative?
If you want to have a player for at least a couple years that the majority of Hollywood studios are releasing content for, you definitely want to go Blu-ray.
When we talk about high-definition video, we talk data, lots of data, and the humble DVD can't fit it all on. HD DVD could, but it was,
I'm not dead yet,
or is, essentially a bigger DVD format.
Blu-ray is not only a new blue laser, but it's also a new disc format. So by changing both the laser and the disc format, you get a much greater insurance policy for the future. Where other formats, the main drawback and why they failed is because they changed to the blue laser, but they're keeping the same disc format fundamentally. So if you don't change the format of the disc itself, you're really limited in the future of how far you're going to be able to expand. That's why Blu-ray is able to fit 25 gigabytes on each layer, each side of the disc, whereas the other format's only able to fit 15.
Pretty much all the big manufacturers are supporting Blu-ray in the hardware stakes now.
The main reason to go with is it's the number of players that are out there. It's a Blu-ray player is in every PlayStation 3 that's ever come off the assembly line. So between the PlayStation and the support of Panasonic, Sony Electronics, Samsung, and so many other companies around the world, it's really the safest bet.
So with so much hardware support, you'd think it was never a war at all. But it wasn't always the case. The deciding factor, the nail in the HD DVD coffin, if you like,
come back, I'll bite your knees off,
is the support of movie companies.
And several leading studios, including Fox, Disney, a recent announcement from Warner Brothers, are all releasing a steady stream of Blu-ray movies and music content.
Although split at first, Hollywood has thrown its gargantuan weight behind Blu-ray, sealing the deal for high-definition movies to be distributed across the globe on Blu-ray disc. Here at Ultimate Gadgets, we think you should celebrate. Don't celebrate because Blu-ray won the war. Celebrate the end of the war, to end all wars. Now we know we've heard that somewhere before, but we think format wars are a thing of the past. The future is solid-state, rewritable memory devices and direct download delivery. Blu-ray will fill the void between now and the future, but for now, Blu-ray is the ultimate gadget for HD video. Next on Ultimate Gadgets, we put personal digital assistants head-to-head and the ultimate guide to in-car telemetry. In 2002, Sony launched the iToy for the PlayStation 2 console and predicted it would change the face of traditional console gaming. Well, guess what? It did. For the the first time, a flexible gaming peripheral allowed anybody to play games and introduce fun games to a new market. Now Nana could fight off ninjas without having to get that whole hand-eye coordination thing happening with a traditional controller. The clever software behind the gaming technology is exclusive to Sony, so the EyeToy is totally unique. If you haven't seen it before, the Eye can see you move, and on screen you become part of the game. Later EyeToy releases were even smart enough to separate you from your lounge room and place you on screen in all manner of locations. But the good old EyeToy certainly had more than its fair share of limitations. The resolution wasn't good, the software struggled in low light, and the lens wasn't very wide, and required an add-on wide-angle lens converter for some games' releases. Now, 6 years later, Sony have released PlayStation Eye for PS3 and delivered a nifty little camera that may change the face of traditional communication.
Not only does the PlayStation Eye have conferencing with up to 6 people, the Eye of Judgment game came out last year, which is a big hit. It integrates directly with the PlayStation Eye. GoPuzzle also uses it for video chat in-game. You're now seeing a bunch of mini games that are coming out for it, such as Aquatopia and Mesmerize, which are just idle diversions. They're ways to play around with your PlayStation Eye and really make the PlayStation an experience in your living room.
Of course, the standout feature of PlayStation Eye is its integration to the PlayStation Network. Not only will you be able to purchase bit-sized applications and games for your Eye, but you'll be able to share your videos and video chat with up to 6 of your mates at the same time. PlayStation Eye has 4 times the resolution, twice the frame rate, and double the sensitivity of its predecessor EyeToy USB camera. Sony has also added a sophisticated microphone with built-in noise reduction, unlike the original, which had no audio option at all. It features a 2-position zoom lens, a range of capturing modes, and comes bundled free with iCreate editing software.
iCreate allows you to grab video and still pictures with the PlayStation Eye. You can then use the same software to edit things together. So you can take 3 or 4 movie clips, cut the parts that you don't like out, which I'm sure somebody's probably going to do with this interview. I earned it, I know it. But you can take the bad parts out, merge everything together, and then export it into a single video that you can then send off to a friend, or if somebody doesn't have a PlayStation Eye, you can make the video, send it to them, and then you can basically do a one-sided teleconference.
And just like the original, there are plenty of zany games to keep you busy if all your friends are offline, as well as some augmented reality technology that we'll bring you in a later show.
There are a few games. You have something like Play, which was what came out for the EyeToy on the PlayStation 2. We have a bunch of mini games that are coming out, coupled with the Eye of Judgment, which came out last year, which is a trading card game. You put the trading cards down on a map, the camera sees them, and they actually spawn creatures, and you can fight one another. So it's a little bit of a card-playing strategy game to go versus one another, and you're playing online.
The PlayStation Eye comes bundled with iCreate for just 25 quid, which I, for one, think is an absolute bargain. We'd all like to have a personal assistant at our beck and call,
But it's hard to find one that'll fit in your pocket.
so you'll have to resort to the electronic kind. These days, PDAs
That's your personal digital assistant.
have packed in so many features that they'll have you leaving your mobile phone, laptop and camera back at the office. So to get you organised, here's the ultimate gadget guide to the latest smartphone variety of PDAs, under £350. The Palm Trio 500 will get you sorted for just under £270. This all-in-one phone and messaging device is slightly smaller than its predecessors. The battery will give you about 4.5 hours talk time or standby for 10 days. With up to 3G speeds, you can almost overlook the lack of GPS while you surf Google Maps instead. There's 150 megabytes of storage available, which is useful if you snap away with a passable 2-megapixel camera. There's no Wi-Fi, but with a wide range of useful apps, the Trio is very easy to use. The Trio 500 sports a full but somewhat squishy QWERTY keyboard.
Not so good for the chubby finger types.
Ringing in at around £345 is the RIM BlackBerry Curve 8310.
That's the 8310 for us gadget gurus.
One of the nicest looking PDAs around, it's also the lightest of our picks. The 8310 has the best QWERTY keyboard and trackball to let you reply to your emails in record time. You get a huge 17 days standby unless you talk for the full 4 hours of battery life. A basic GPS function will get you to where you need to go, and the usual BlackBerry apps will keep you organised and in contact with your world. The 2-megapixel camera boasts 5 times zoom, a super bright LED light, and even a micro mirror for self-portraits.
If you're a Nigel No Friends, that is.
The only thorns on this model are the smaller amount of storage space and surprising lack of Wi-Fi and 3G support. For about 340 quid, HTC's Dual Touch is a slick-looking model with a 16-key slide-out QWERTY keyboard.
Isn't there 26 letters in the alphabet?
You'll have to get used to a 2-letter per key setup on this gadget. You'll also only get 7.5 days standby out of this PDA, but it still pulls around 5 hours of talk time.
All talk, no stamina.
The Dual Touch doesn't offer Wi-Fi or GPS, but makes up for this with 3G connectivity and HSDPA.
Oh, it's okay, I've already got health insurance.
The single-touch screen operation makes it super quick and easy to use all the onboard applications. The 256 megabytes of storage and a basic 2-megapixel camera round out this good looker. So which PDA had the smarts? The Palm Trio 500 is a neat little unit for a neat little price that certainly has all the features you need. And the HTC Dual Touch looks sexy with its slider keypad and touchscreen that makes accessing your apps a breeze. But for a good all-rounder that's great to use, especially if you're emailing on the go, the RIM BlackBerry Curve 8310 gets the job as our ultimate gadget. Still to come on Ultimate Gadgets, we look at the possibilities nanotechnology could bring to mobile phones and our in-car telemetry wrap-up. This week's Stranger Than Fiction is stranger than normal. Why? Because it is fiction, strangely enough. Now, it's great to guess what's around the gadget corner, and here at Ultimate Gadgets, we like to dig up stories about technology that is a little way off. But this is so strange and so way off, we thought we'd give you a glimpse at what Nokia thinks mobile phone technology will be like in the future. Far into the future is anybody's guess. We figure about the year 3000, give or take a few centuries. Yep, Nokia and technology developer Cambridge Nanoscience Centre have come up with the ultimate in nanotechnology gadgets. Tiny nanodes that allow the phone of the future to change shape, change colour and repel dirt, amongst many of its incredible functions. Before you go out and tell all your friends about this amazing new phone technology and make fun of their obsolete brick, this really is an exercise in future thinking and using creative thought to inspire development. The only nano you'll get your hands on soon will be an iPod, and it won't do any of the crazy things you see here. It's going to allow such flexibility in manufacturing. Does that sound the death knell for new model releases? Will companies just release updates and maybe a little bag of extra nanodes to extend the life of our gadgets? And of course, the really big questions that this piece of future reality filmmaking raises is everybody so pale because A, by the time this technology makes it past fiction, we'll be in another ice age, or B, by the time this technology makes it past fiction, actually getting any sun will result in certain death due to global warming and the depletion of the ozone layer, or C, in the year 3000, the Marcel Marceau look will be whack, and Nokia already know it thanks to their nano time machine. is stranger than fiction.
Even though we spend billions on new cars every year, it seems that car manufacturers have been unable to keep up with the consumer's desire to be connected. It was only very recently that external AV input sockets were introduced into new cars, and even this amazingly low-tech feature is often quoted as an expensive optional extra. Thankfully though, car manufacturers are catching up, and both Ford and Fiat have partnered with Microsoft to integrate device connectivity into their wide range of vehicles.
Here I have a Ford Focus that is equipped with Ford Sync that has been developed in partnership with Ford, and basically allows you to voice command your media player and your cell phone in a very simple and convenient manner. I would like to show you how simple it is to operate. Come on in.
But enough about that. Now, let's see how Sync brings it all together.
All right, so now that we're in the Focus, this is what we have. It's a seamlessly integrated system into the car that allows you to voice command your vehicle, your mobile devices. You have your cell phone, you have your media player with you and your music. So you want to be able to bring these in the car and access them in a very simple and convenient manner.
The car has a USB port where you can plug in a variety of devices, such as a Zune, iPod, or even a USB thumb drive with music on it. And once connected, the system automatically indexes your music.
And this is how I do it, how I access my media player without taking my eyes off the road or hands off the steering wheel. I press the voice button and I voice command
USB,
the media player.
please say a command.
Play artist, Death Cab for Cutie.
Playing artist Death Cab for Cutie.
And now all the songs from Death Cab for Cutie, my favorite band, are being played off of my Zune.
The technology has been designed to work with multiple languages, and there's no need to train the system to recognise your voice. Although, we're pretty sure that even Ford Sync would have difficulty understanding this dude.
It's quite really I like it very much.
Great, now that I have listened to my favorite band, I can also play a specific track. I press the same voice button.
USB, please say a command.
Play track, elevation.
Playing track elevation.
And now that particular track is playing through the car stereo, right? I can say play artist, play track, play genre, jazz, or play similar music. I can also shuffle on and off, play all, play playlist. It's basically a very, very, very convenient way to access your media player with the touch of a button and your voice. I also have my cell phone, and I pair my cell phone via Bluetooth with the car, and all my contacts get transferred into the system, and I'm able to call anybody in my phone book with the same press. Now I can access the phone pressing the same voice button and going into the phone menu. Here's how it works.
USB, please say a command.
Phone.
Phone, please say a command.
Call Bill Gates.
Calling Bill Gates.
Let's see if he's home. And now it's dialing. It's ringing.
Thank you for calling Microsoft. To reach
Oh, Bill's not in the office today, I forgot. He's at CS. So anyway, this is how you place a call without, again, taking your eyes off the road or hands off the steering wheel. I can have my cell phone in the pocket or in my purse in the back. It's very simple to do it. As soon as I receive a call or I want to access the phone, the media pauses. So once I'm done with the phone, the media comes back to where it was left. It also works with text messaging. So let's say that I receive a text message. It will read it to me, and this is how it works.
Doug, isn't Sync great? Winking smiley, when can I get this? Laughing out loud. See you later. Hugs and kisses from Microsoft Auto.
Sync is based on Microsoft's Auto platform and is highly updatable. As any new device hits the market, such as the new Zune or a new phone, the system can be updated to support them. The technology is being launched by Ford in North America during 2008, priced at $400 US, but there are currently no details on whether the technology will make it into European vehicles. Later in the series, we'll take a closer look at Fiat's solution to integrating greater connectivity into their range of vehicles.
Next on Ultimate Gadgets, part 1 of our amazing mobile phone roundup. Big Plasma's head-to-head, the ultimate animated history of the telephone, and the amazing robot that's doing it doggy style for the US Department of Defense. So for another dose of digital devices, technical toys and ingenious gadgets, tune in next week for the next exciting instalment of your favourite gizmo show, Ultimate Gadgets.